Hello everyone, this is Manisha from Sambalpur, Odisha. I welcome you all again in my YouTube channel, that is Manisha's Magical Biology. And today we are going to discuss another very important topic of chapter 4, that is reproductive health of class 12 CBSE Biology. And in the previous video we had discussed about, if you remember, I had posted that video 7 to 8, 9 days back, that is Down syndrome of chapter 5, that is principles of inheritance and variation. And today we would be discussing about one of the very important topics of chapter 4, that is reproductive health, that is birth control. Yes, we are going to discuss about the topic birth control today. And I would be also discussing about the methods of birth control, and total there are 6 methods of birth control, but I would be discussing only 3 methods of birth control in this video, and other 3 methods I would be discussing in another video. So please stay tuned, all of you. We would be completing this very important topic very easily in a very comfortable manner, that is the methods of birth control. Okay, let me begin my topic of discussion. So it is birth control. The most important step to control population growth is by motivating the smaller families. The most important step to control population growth is by motivating the smaller families by contraceptive methods. Yes, the most important step to control population growth is by motivating the smaller families by contraceptive methods. What are the other steps which could be taken? First is raising of marriageable age. Raising of marriageable age to 18 for females and 21 for males. Raising of marriageable age to 18 for females and 21 for males. Second, incentives given to smaller families. Incentives given to smaller families. Okay, so what are the steps taken? First is raising of marriageable age to 18 for females and 21 for males, and second is incentives given to smaller families. Okay, before discussing the methods of birth control, what are the features of an ideal contraceptive? एक ideal contraceptive का features क्या क्या होना चाहिए? Let me tell about that. First, it should be user friendly, easily available, effective, non-reversible with no or least side effects. User friendly, easily available, effective, reversible with no or least side effects. The fifth point, non-interfering with the sexual drive or desire and or sexual act of the user. Non-interfering with the sexual drive or desire and or sexual act of the user. So what are the features of an ideal contraceptive? Let me repeat once again. It should be user-friendly, easily available, effective, reversible with no or least side effects. User-friendly, easily available, effective, reversible with no or least side effects. Non-interfering with the sexual drive or desire and or sexual act of the user. Okay, so these are the features of an ideal contraceptive. Let me tell about the methods of birth control. What are the different methods of birth control? First of all, I would enlist the names of the methods of birth control, and in this video I would be discussing only about 3 methods of birth control. Okay, so what are the names of methods of birth control? What are the 6 methods? First is natural method, second is barrier method, third is intrauterine devices, IUDs, intrauterine devices, fourth is oral contraceptives. I'm repeating once again. First is natural method, second is barrier method, third intrauterine devices. Intrauterine devices, that is IUDs, उसका abbreviation है IUDs. Then fourth is oral contraceptives, next injectables and implants, and last is surgical methods. Okay, let me tell the names of the methods of birth control once again. First is natural method, second is barrier method, third is intrauterine devices. Intrauterine devices, that is IUDs, then oral contraceptives, then injectables and implants, and last one, that is the 6th method, that is surgical method. Okay, so let me start the first method of birth control, that is natural method. नेचुरल मेथड के अंदर ही फर्दर 3 वेज है, 3 मेथड्स है. व्हाट आर द नेचुरल मेथड्स? Let me first of all tell you what are the natural methods. Natural methods क्या है? Okay, what are they? First, periodic abstinence. Natural method के अंदर फिर से फर्दर 3 मेथड है. What are the 3 methods? First is periodic abstinence. Second, coitus interruptus. Coitus interruptus जिसको कि withdrawal भी बोला जाता है. Withdrawal. Third method is lactational amenorrhea. Lactational amenorrhea. Okay, so what are the 3 methods under the natural method of birth control? First, periodic abstinence. Okay. First is periodic abstinence. Second is coitus interruptus. Coitus interruptus, that is withdrawal. And third is lactational amenorrhea. Okay, let me tell what are the 3 methods of birth control under the natural method. First, periodic abstinence. Second, coitus interruptus. Coitus interruptus जिसको कि withdrawal भी बोला जाता है. Third is lactational amenorrhea. Lactational amenorrhea. Okay, let me start. The first method of birth control, that is the natural method. That is the first method under the natural method of birth control, that is periodic abstinence. So what happens in this periodic abstinence? In this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus. Coitus means sexual intercourse or copulation. Sexual intercourse or copulation को coitus भी बोला जाता है. So what happens in the first method of birth, natural method of birth control, that is periodic abstinence, the couples avoid or abstain from coitus. The couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle. The couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle when ovulation is expected to occur. When ovulation is expected to occur and chances of fertilization are very high. Couples avoid in this method, that is method of periodic abstinence. In this method, the couples avoid or abstain from coitus. Couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle. 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle में couple sexual intercourse और copulation नहीं करते हैं, because in this period, normally this period what happens, ovulation, because when the chances of fertilization is very high, when ovulation is expected to occur and chances of fertilization are very high, so that's why the couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle. It's not a menstrual नहीं है कि menstruation नहीं है, it is menstruation, so it is menstrual cycle. So keep it in mind properly, students, get it done properly. उसको menstrual cycle बोला जाता है, menstruation. Students normally pronounce it as mensuration, जो कि maths का part है. Mensuration, it is a part of mathematics, but it is menstruation or menstrual cycle. Okay. So this finishes the first method under the natural method of birth control, that is periodic abstinence. I am repeating once again, the periodic abstinence. In this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus. In this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle. From 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle when ovulation is expected to occur and chances of fertilization are very high. Okay. So this is the first method under the natural method. What is the second method? That is coitus interruptus. Coitus interruptus, which is also called the withdrawal, जिसको withdrawal भी बोला जाता है. So what happens in this method? In this method, penis is withdrawn from vagina. In this method, penis is withdrawn from vagina before ejaculation and insemination is avoided. In this method, penis is withdrawn from vagina before ejaculation and insemination is avoided. Ejaculation होने से पहले, semen release होने से पहले, penis would be withdrawn from vagina and insemination is avoided. Insemination nahi hoga. So if there is no insemination, there won't be sperm available and there won't be fertilization, so there won't be pregnancy, so it is contraception. So what happens in this method, that is a coitus interruptus, जिसको withdrawal भी बोला जाता है. In this method, the penis is withdrawn from vagina. The penis is withdrawn from vagina before ejaculation and insemination is avoided. Okay, so this finishes the first two methods under the natural method of birth control. I'm repeating once again, the first, periodic abstinence. The couples in this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus. In this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle. From 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle, when ovulation is expected to occur and chances of fertilization are very high. Second method, that is coitus interruptus or withdrawal. In this method, penis is withdrawn from vagina. Penis is withdrawn from vagina before ejaculation and insemination is avoided. Okay, so this finishes the first two methods under the natural method of birth control. Coming to the third method, that is lactational amenorrhea. Lactational amenorrhea. So what happens in this method? Lactation means release of milk for the baby, for the newborn, for the infant. And what is amenorrhea? Amenorrhea means the condition of no menstruation. जब menstruation बंद हो जाता है, and then that normally occurs during pregnancy. Pregnancy के time में normally होता है, but lactation के time में भी menstrual cycle continue नहीं होता है. So that period it is called amenorrhea. The period of no menstruation, जब menstruation बिल्कुल नहीं होता है. Okay. So what is this lactational amenorrhea? It refers to the absence of menstruation. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation followed by parturition. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation followed by parturition. Parturition के बाद जब intense lactation हो रहा होगा, there is no menstruation, तब menstruation नहीं होता है. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation followed by parturition. Okay, as there is no menstruation, the chances of conception are almost nil. As there is no menstruation, there won't be ovulation, the chances of conception are almost nil. But this is effective for a period of maximum for a period of 6 months. But this is effective maximum for a period of 6 months after pregnancy. Okay. What is lactational amenorrhea? I'm repeating once again. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation after parturition. As ovulation does not occur in this period. As ovulation does not occur in this period, so what happens? The chances of conception are almost nil. As ovulation does not occur during this period, the chances of conception are almost nil. But this is effective for a maximum period of 6 months after pregnancy. But this is effective for a maximum for a period of 6 months after pregnancy. Okay, I'm repeating once again. The third method under the natural method of birth control, it refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation followed by parturition. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation followed by parturition. As ovulation does not occur in this period, what happens? As ovulation does not occur in this period, the chances of conception are almost nil. as ovulation does not occur in this period, the chances of conception are almost nil. But this is effective for how much period? This is effective maximum for a period of 6 months after pregnancy. But this is effective maximum for a period of 6 months after pregnancy. So this finishes the 3 methods under the natural method of birth control. Okay, I have finished only the first method of birth control, that is a natural method. Now I am going to begin the second method of birth control, that is a barrier method. Okay, yes, it is very interesting. Barrier method, you must be knowing, must have heard about condoms, diaphragms, cervical caps, vaults. Yes, there are condoms, you must have heard. It is very general term. Yes, even very students of very lower standards even know about condom. It is because of the awareness about the reproductive health. We know a lot about, we have heard about lot about these condoms. Okay, so coming to second method of birth control, that is barrier method. Okay, so what happens in this method? The ovum and sperms are prevented from coming closer to each other in this method. The ovum and sperms are prevented from coming closer in barrier method. Such barriers are available for both males and females. The ovum and sperms are prevented from coming closer to each other in barrier method. Such barriers are available both for males and females. Okay, and condoms. What are the condoms? Condoms are the barriers made up of rubber or latex sheath. Condoms are the barriers made up of rubber or latex sheath, which are used to cover the penis in case of males and cervix and vagina in case of females. Condoms are the barriers which are made up of rubber or latex sheath, which are used to cover penis in case of males and cervix and vagina in case of females. And these condoms provide an additional advantage. Yes, condoms provide an additional advantage. What is additional advantage they provide? They provide protection against sexually transmitted diseases. Yes, they provide protection against sexually transmitted diseases. I'm repeating once again the barrier method from the beginning. The ovum and sperms are prevented from coming closer to each other with the help of barriers. The ovum and sperms are prevented from coming closer to each other with the help of barriers. Such barriers are available both for males and females. Such barriers are available both for males and females. What is the third point? Condoms are the barriers made up of rubber or latex sheath. Condoms are the barriers made up of rubber or latex sheath, which are used to cover penis in case of males and cervix and vagina in case of females. Which are used to cover penis in case of males and cervix and vagina in case of females. Condoms provide an additional advantage. What is additional advantage they provide? They provide an additional advantage that they are used for protection against, they provide protection against sexually transmitted diseases. They provide protection against sexually transmitted diseases. Okay. What are the other barriers used by females? There are some special barriers like diaphragms, cervical caps and vaults. Diaphragms, cervical caps and vaults are the barriers which are used to cover, which are used by females, and they are reusable. Diaphragms, cervical caps and vaults are the barrier which are used by females and they are reusable. Another very important point I would be including, spermicidal creams. Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies. Spermicide, C-I-D-E, spermicide. Side matlab kya? Side means to kill. Like killing. Side matlab killing. As you know, the examples of insecticide, pesticide, weedicide, herbicide, then a feticide, female feticide. Side means killing. Spermicide matlab killing the sperm. Spermicide. जैसे कि that insecticide, pesticide, herbicide, weedicide as I told, and feticide as well. So क्या क्या use होता है इस barrier के साथ? Condom बैरियर के साथ क्या क्या यूज कर सकते हैं फॉर इंक्रीजिंग द कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव एफिशिएंसी? Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies. Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies are used along with these barriers. Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies are used along with these barriers to increase the contraceptive efficiency. Okay. So what are the additional things which can be used along with the barrier? I am repeating once again. Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies. Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies are used along with these barriers to increase the contraceptive efficiency. Okay. So I am repeating the barrier method once again. Okay, let me repeat from the natural method, all the three methods of natural method, then barrier method, then I will get back to the third method, that is intrauterine devices. Okay, so first is natural method. What are the three? Periodic abstinence, coitus interruptus, that is withdrawal, and third is lactational amenorrhea. So coming to the first one, that is periodic abstinence. What happens in this periodic abstinence? In this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus. In this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle. In this method, couples avoid or abstain from coitus from 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle when ovulation is expected to occur and chances of fertilization are very high. When ovulation is expected to occur and chances of fertilization are very high. Second method, that is coitus interruptus or withdrawal. What happens in this method? In this method, penis is withdrawn from vagina. In this method, penis is withdrawn from vagina before ejaculation and insemination is avoided. In this method, penis is withdrawn from vagina before ejaculation and insemination is avoided. Okay. Third, that is lactational amenorrhea. What happens in this method? Lactational amenorrhea. It refers to the absence of menstruation. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation. It refers to the absence of menstruation during the period of intense lactation followed by parturition. As ovulation does not occur in this period, as ovulation does not occur, cockroach has come. Okay, what can be done? Okay, as ovulation does not occur in this period, the chances of conception are almost nil. As ovulation does not occur in this period, the chances of conception are almost nil. But this method is effective maximum for a period of 6 months after pregnancy. But this is effective maximum for a period of 6 months after pregnancy. 6 months से ज़्यादा होने से उसका effectiveness और नहीं रहता है. Coming to the second method, that is barrier method, that is barrier method. The ovum and sperms are prevented from coming closer. The ovum and sperms are prevented from coming closer with the help of barriers. Such barriers are available both for males and females. Such barriers are available both for males and females. Condoms are the barriers made up of rubber or latex sheath or rubber. Condoms are the barriers made up of latex sheath or rubber, which are used to cover penis in case of males and cervix and vagina in case of females. Which are used to cover penis in case of males and cervix and vagina in case of females. Okay. Condoms provide an additional advantage. That is, condoms provide protection against sexually transmitted diseases. Condoms provide protection against sexually transmitted diseases. Diaphragm, cervical caps and vaults. Diaphragm, cervical caps and vaults are the barriers which are used by females. Diaphragms, cervical caps and vaults are the barriers used by females. They are reusable. Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies. Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies are used along with the barriers to increase the contraceptive efficiency. Spermicidal creams, foams and jellies are used along with the barriers to increase the contraceptive efficiency. So this finishes the first two methods of birth control, that is natural method and barrier method. Coming to the third method, that is IUDs, intrauterine devices. IUDs, intrauterine devices. Okay, so what are the IUDs? IUDs, these are the contraceptives. These are the devices which are introduced into the uterus. Contraceptives, these are IUDs, these are the devices which are introduced into the uterus. Okay, and what are the types of IUDs? I told what are these IUDs. IUDs are the devices which are introduced into the uterus. That's why the name intrauterine devices. इसलिए उसको intrauterine devices बोला जाता है. What are the three types of IUDs? Very important. The video is getting longer, students. It is already 25 minutes. It would be maximum would be 30 minutes, but it is very important to get it done properly, and I'm discussing three methods, so little bit it would be longer, थोड़ा सा लंबा होगा, but try to get it done, students. Just see the video half way, आधा करके split करके देखिए, आपका टाइम भी बच जाएगा, प्लस आपका प्रिपरेशन भी 100% हो जाएगा. So get it done. What else you are waiting for? Just grab it, get it done, हो जाएगा. It will be completed. Okay. Of course, I know it's getting lengthier, but let us complete the third method as well. Okay, I would be continuing to maximum would be 30 minutes around. So what are the three types of IUDs? First, non-medicated IUDs, copper releasing IUDs, and third is hormone releasing IUDs. First is non-medicated IUDs, second is copper releasing IUDs, and third is hormone releasing IUDs. Okay, so what are the three types of IUDs? First is non-medicated IUDs, second is copper releasing IUDs, and third is hormone releasing IUDs. So what are the examples? Also you have to remember. First is copper releasing IUDs, example is lips loop. Copper releasing IUDs का example है lips loop. Second, mistaken, non-medicated IUDs का example है lips loop. Second, copper releasing IUDs का example है copper T, copper 7 and mistaken, that is multi-load 375. Yes, copper T, copper 7 and multi-load 375. So what are the examples? पहला non-medicated IUDs का example है lips loop. Second, copper releasing IUDs का example है copper T, copper 7 and multi-load 375. Copper T, copper 7 and multi-load 375. Third, hormone releasing IUDs. Hormone releasing IUDs का example है, there are two examples, Progestasert and second is LNG20. Progestasert and second is LNG20. So what is the full form of LNG20? It is levonorgestrel 20. So what are the examples? Non-medicated IUDs, lips loop, copper releasing IUDs, copper T, copper 7 and multi-load 375. Copper T, copper 7 and multi-load 375. Third type, that is hormone releasing IUDs, Progestasert LNG20. Progestasert and LNG20, that is levonorgestrel. These are the examples of hormone releasing IUDs. Okay, I'm finishing this method, students. You have to be just a little bit patient. थोड़ा सा patience रखना पड़ेगा because we are completing three important methods of birth controls. You have to be a little bit patient, students. Okay. Yes, coming to the third method, that is Third, yes, I'm telling how does it provide contraception? Yes, how do the IUDs provide contraception? First, by increasing the phagocytosis. I'm mentioning 4 points. First, by increasing the phagocytosis of sperms within the uterus. First point, how does it provide contraception? By increasing phagocytosis of sperms within the uterus. Second, by suppressing sperm motility. By suppressing sperm motility and thereby the fertilizing ability of sperms. First, by increasing phagocytosis of sperms within the uterus. By increasing phagocytosis of sperms within the uterus. Second, by suppressing sperm motility. By suppressing sperm motility and thereby the sperm's fertilizing ability. By suppressing, second point, by suppressing sperm motility and thereby the sperm's fertilizing ability. Third point, by making the uterus unsuitable for implantation. By making the uterus unsuitable for implantation. Fourth point, sorry, mistaken, that is, yes, fourth point, by making cervix hostile to sperms. Third point, by making the uterus unsuitable for implantation. Fourth point, by making the cervix hostile to sperms. Okay, so what are the methods by which IUDs provide contraception? First is by increasing phagocytosis of sperms within the uterus. Second, by suppressing sperm motility. Sperm का अगर movement ही नहीं हो पाएगा, there is nothing left because the sperm is unable to reach the fallopian tube, ampullary junction of fallopian tube. There won't be fertilization. So how does it provide contraception? By suppressing sperm motility. Sperm का movement ही नहीं हो पाएगा. By suppressing sperm motility and thereby the sperm's fertilizing ability. By suppressing sperm motility and thereby the sperm's fertilizing ability. Third, by making uterus unsuitable for implantation. By making the uterus unsuitable for implantation. Fourth, by making cervix hostile to sperms. By making the cervix hostile to sperms. Okay. So this finishes the three methods, three important methods of birth control. So get it done, students, completely. It's very easy. यहाँ से 1 mark का, 2 marks का और 3 marks का क्वेश्चन आता है. लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन 5 marks का क्वेश्चन कम आता है, बट देर मे बी इन बिग क्वेश्चन इट मे कम, एंड इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट portion, very very important topic of this chapter, that is chapter 4. It is a very short chapter, but normally around 3 to 4 marks come from this chapter. Okay, should be done, it should be prepared properly. So get it done, students. And in another part of this topic, that is birth control, that is part 2 of birth control, I would be discussing about the other 3 methods of birth control. So please stay tuned, students, and don't you ever forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, that is Manisha's Magical Biology. Yes, please stay tuned, students, and I would be waiting for your comments in the comment section. Please share your views. Get it done. It would be done. I promise you it would be done. Just go through the video very carefully from the beginning to end. And if you get bored in between, if you feel lethargic, that it is by seeing the length of the video, that it is 33 or 34 minutes, just see it halfway. आधा करके split करके देखिए, but see it properly. You can see 15 to 20 minutes in the first half, first go, then you can shift another 15 minutes and another half later. But get it done, and please stay tuned. Yes, have a good day ahead. Please take care.